धा नि सा सा नि धा प म प ध नि धा प ग म रे
Namaste. Every auspicious event begins with the invocation of the gods. I now invite the priests to begin the program with an invocation.
आदिपूज्याय देवाय दन्तमोदकधारिणे वल्लभप्राणक्रान्ताय श्रीगणेशाय मङ्गलम् वन्दे महागणपतिम् मदनारिसूनुम् वामोरसंस्तवनिता भुजवेष्टिताङ्गम् वल्लीशपोर्वजमभीष्टदमाश्रितानाम् वाणीपति प्रमुखदेवगणार्चिताङ्ग्रिम् एकदन्तम् चतुर्गस्तम् वासमङ्कुशधारिणम् अभयम् वरदम् हस्ते बिभ्राणम् मोषगध्वजम् रक्तम् लम्बोदरम् शूर्पकर्णकम् रक्तवाससम् रक्तगन्धानुलिप्ताङ्गम् रक्तपुष्पैः सुपूजितम् भक्तानुकम्पिनम् देवम् जगत्कारणमच्युतम् आविर्भूतम् च सृष्ट्यादौ प्रगते पुरुषात् परम् एवम् ध्यायति यो नित्यम् स योगी योगिनाम् वरः नमो व्राधपतये नमो गणपतये नमः प्रमथपतये नमस्ते अस्तु लम्बोदराय एकदन्ताय विघ्नविनाशिने शिवसुधाय श्रीवरदमूर्तये नमो नमः। ॐ श्रीमहावल्लभगणपतये नमः।
Thank you for that wonderful invocation. It's always a delight to listen to the invocation of the gods before the start of any event. I would like to extend a heartfelt thank you and gratitude to Sri Shivakumar Swaminatha Gurukul and Sri Vivekananda Gurukul. Welcome to the virtual exhibition of Sri H.N. Suresh's series of painting The Singing Portraits, Swara Raga Chitra. This is hosted by the Hindu Temple Society of North America, New York. I extend a warm and a heartfelt welcome for all of you who are able to join us on this virtual platform. Art is always a mood lifter, isn't it? And especially during the times of pandemic, a much awaited relief. Your presence and your love is well received, and I hope you and your family are doing well in whichever part of the world you're joining us from. My name is Sapna Padmanabhan, and I'm delighted to be your host for this virtual series. Sri H.N. Suresh is a renowned artist, the director of Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan, Bangalore Kendra, an exemplary human being with a kind heart and a soft smile. His earlier series of paintings have traveled worldwide. The Nakshatra Mandala, the Rashi Mandala, the Navagraha Mandala, the Ashtadigpalakas, or the guardians of the 8 directions, and now the singing portraits, Swara Raga Chitra. I now invite Sri G. Padmanabhan, who is the PRO of the Hindu Temple Society of North America, New York, former registrar of Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan, Bangalore. He also worked with the United Nations, a musician in his own right, to now come and give a welcome address to all our dignitaries.
Namaste. I, Padmanabhan Ganapati of the Hindu Temple Society of North America, Sri Mahavallabha Ganapati Devasthanam, New York, and formerly an official of Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan, Bangalore. I am pleased to welcome you to the singing portraits, that is Swara Raga Chitra, a collection of paintings of cosmic factors based on Sri Tattva Nidhi of His Highness Sri late Mummadi Krishnaraja Udayar of Mysore. The concept, research, and art of the paintings are by Sri H.N. Suresh, Director, Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan, Bangalore. He is one of the greatest artists of Karnataka and holder of several prestigious awards. I recall at this moment the nice exhibition Sri Suresh had of his paintings in our temple in New York more than a decade ago at the invitation of our President Dr. Uma Maheswarika. I extend a warm welcome to Mr. Suresh. The script and music composition are by Dr. T.S. Satyavati, one of the Karnataka's eminent musicians, musicologists, and scholars. I extend a very warm welcome to her. Also, I have pleasure in welcoming Dr. Deepthi Navaratna, Regional Director, Indira Gandhi National Council for Arts, Bangalore, who is also a neuroscientist and an accomplished musician, and who has worked extensively on Mysore composers. I have pleasure in welcoming Dr. Uma Maheswarika, President of Hindu Temple Society of North America, and Sri Ravi Vaidyanatha Sivacharya, Head Religious Services of the Temple. I fervently hope that these paintings and the music will be a feast to both the viewers and the music fraternity. Thank you.
Thank you, Sri G. Padmanabhan, for that wonderful welcome address for all our dignitaries. I would now like to invite Dr. Uma Maheswarkar, the President of the Hindu Temple Society of North America, New York, to come and inaugurate this virtual series.
Dear devotees, friends, and all the viewers, Namaste. Invoking the blessings of Sri Mahavallabha Ganapati, the presiding deity of our temple, to bless us all to be safe from the clutches of the present pandemic, I have great pleasure in heartily welcoming the dignitaries participating in today's cultural program, a rare but a fascinating program. Sri H.N. Suresh, Director, Bharati Vidya Bhavan, Bengaluru, Dr. T.S. Satyavati, one of the eminent musicians and musicologists of Karnataka, and Dr. Deepthi Navaratna, Regional Director, Indira Gandhi National Center for Arts, Bengaluru, herself an accomplished musician. In the present crisis, the pandemic is taking a big toll on human lives in so many ways. Fine arts in any form can certainly be of great therapeutic value. I am glad that Sri Mahavallabha Ganapati Devasthanam, in addition to its main objective of preserving and promoting Hindu religious and spiritual activities in this country, has been promoting Indian culture by organizing cultural programs on a regular basis, and particularly so during this difficult period. Sri H.N. Suresh, one of Karnataka's great artists, is not new to our temple. Several years ago, he had showcased his Nakshatra Mangraha paintings in our temple in an exhibition, which had received a great response. I understand today's exhibition of his paintings based on Sri Sattvanidhi of late Mummadi Sri Krishnaraja Udayar of Mysore, ably supported by none other than Dr. T.S. Satyavati, a great musician and a musicologist of Karnataka, will be greatly enjoyed by us all. Looking forward to it like you all, I have great pleasure in inaugurating this art cum music exhibition, Swara Ragachitra, or the singing portraits.
Thank you, Dr. Uma Maisurkar, for inaugurating this virtual series. It's my pleasure now to introduce our next dignitary for the day, Dr. Deepthi Navratna, Regional Director, Indira Gandhi National Centre for Arts, Bengaluru, Government of India. Deepthi Navratna is a Bangalore-based neuroscientist and musician. As an accomplished South Indian classical musician, Deepthi has presented her work at the Symphony Space and Asia Society, New York Museum of Fine Arts, Boston, Yale School of Music, New Haven and Harvard Arts Museum, Cambridge, among many others. She has contributed to many national and international journals and has participated in a number of conferences and seminars. I would now request Dr. Deepthi Navratna to say a few words about the singing portraits.
Namaste, Namaskara, greetings. It's an honor and privilege to be associated with this virtual exhibition of Swara Raga Chitra, aptly titled The Singing Portraits. These portraits unmistakably sing the many musical stories that are harbored in our culture. They sing of the many musical associations that we have known in our own tradition. They sing stories of the rich musical symbolism that have been very well documented in Indian textual traditions. Since time immemorial, ragas have been associated with many non-musical experiences. We're all very well aware of morning ragas, evening ragas, midnight ragas in the context of Hindustani classical music performance. Ragas have been associated with seasons, Miya Malhar with the monsoon or the rainy season. We're also aware of Amrita Varshini, a Carnatic raga, and its association with the rain. Similarly, we have heard of raginis and ragas, of ragaputras and ragaputrinis, basically associating the masculine and feminine qualities of these scales to gender. And the current singing portraits, as visualized by Dr. H.N. Suresh, are deeply inspired and deeply connected to another set of musical iconographies which are documented in the Sri Tattvanidhi. The Sri Tattvanidhi is arguably the most well-documented compendium of sorts that collates the rich musical iconographies that were prevalent at that point in time and attributed to Mummadi Krishnaraja Wadiyar and his regime for sure. For example, the Sri Tattvanidhi visualizes the Rishabha as a three-faced, three-shouldered, three-eared entity which has its own Vamsha, it has its own Jati, it has its own Gotra, it has its own Nakshatra and Rashi. So such deep symbolic associations to a Swara and symbolic associations of ragas depicted as humanized forms. This is a very unique feature of Indian imagination, and with the artistry of Dr. H.N. Suresh, he has connected this symbolism into an artistic landmark, I would say, which draws its inspiration from multiple streams, from the Puranas, from the Tantras, from the Mantra Shastras, from the Agamas, and definitely from the deep inspirational information that's embedded in the Sri Tattvanidhi. I hope you all will enjoy this musical and visual experience as much as we did when we presented this as part of the IGNCA activities earlier this year. I welcome all of you to immerse yourself in this multisensory experience, and hopefully you will take this deep experience with you as you move forward in your journeys, in your experiences with music. Namaskar.
Thank you, Dr. Deepthi Navratna, for your insightful thoughts about the singing portraits. I would now like to invite Dr. Srimati T.S. Satyavati, who's a renowned musician and scholar. She's played a significant role in composing music for the Singing Portrait series. Dr. T.S. Satyavati gave her first performance at the age of 16. She has performed at major venues and sabhas both in India and abroad. Her performances at the SARC Summit in 1985, Madras Music Academy, Chennai, Shanmukhananda Sabha, Mumbai, Swati Tirunal Sangeet Sabha, Trivandrum, Aka Vishwa Sammelan in 2011, United States, and SIFA, Singapore are significant honors in her career. She is also a graded artist at All India Radio and Doordarshan. I would now like to invite Dr. T.S. Satyavati to come and share a few thoughts and her experiences of composing music for the Singing Portraits, the Swara Raga Chitra series.
Namaste. I am ever happy to speak about the singing portraits because they are very special to me, extraordinary, different. Not because I understand the lines, the curves, or the combination of colors, or even the information that these portraits give, because simply because they sing for me. There is music within them, inherent to them. Especially the Saptaswara Chakra, when they asked me to compose music for the Swara Chitra and Raga Chitra, I will tell you my experience. This Swara Chitra, even as I was looking at them, whether it is Shadja or Rishabha or Gandhara, Madhyama, the Swaras, the 7 Swaras apart, particularly this Saptaswara Chakra interested me a lot, and that gave in all that is required for me to compose the music for the Swaras, Swara Chitras. Actually, the Swaras are all assigned their definite positions from the Mooladhara Chakra to the Sahasrara in the frame of a human body. That is excellent. The holistic approach, how music, sound is universal and omnipresent, and it is present within and without our own body, is a wonderful concept. And keep on meditating upon each swara or all the swaras on the whole. It is an elevating experience. That's how I take it. So when we had to compose music for the Swara Chitra, what notes, that is all 7 notes have to be there. But which particular scale should be chosen? I wanted both Hindustani and Carnatic music because Saptaswaras are common to any system of music all over the world. Then I thought it proper to choose Maya Malava Gowda, that is Bhairav. Bhairav, which is corresponding to Maya Malava Gowda of Carnatic system for the Hindustani musician. And for Carnatic music, I wanted something contrasting to Maya Malava Gowda. That is, all the notes which never exist in Maya Malava Gowda. That is, Rishabha, different Rishabha, that is Chaturshruti Rishabha, different Gandhara, Sadharana Gandhara, different Madhyama, Prati Madhyama, different Daivata, Chaturshruti Daivata, different Nishada, Kaishiki Nishada, which is Haimavati, the scale Haimavati. So, Vidushi Ashwini Satish and Vidushi Bharati Pratap, they have done an excellent job in bringing out the melodic patterns starting from Shadja up to Tara Shadja. So, which of course leads to Anantya, that is infinite sthayis or octaves. So, that was about the Saptaswara Chakra. Coming to the Raga Chakras, amazing. The Ragas come alive, as I said earlier, not because of the Pakshi it is assigned, or the Graha, or the Nakshatra, or the Rashi. They are all there, but it makes us know what we know and what we ought to know. That is, looking beyond the colors and lines, to peep within through penetrate into it for a musician, because any portrait, for that matter, it has different connotations for different people who pursue different disciplines. Myself being a musician and a student of Sanskrit, all these things are combined together. It is a convergence. It's like a confluence of all that is good about life, which is permeated by sound. So the ragas chosen were 8 in number, and each raga has a mood to depict. All that comes just alive in the portraits. Ramakali is the same name in both the systems, but the approach is different. Sometimes in the scale, a certain note is left out in one of the systems. It has all the notes either in the ascent or in the descent, but somewhere there is that uniformity, there is that samvada, there is that dialogue. So which made me interested about tapping this, bringing them together. It is like merging. So initially it was a separate rendering of the raga by each artist, and then they both converge. They both come together, join together to form, intertwine, like from the lower octave to the higher octave as an entwined rope to give a different kind of a feeling. That was how it was envisaged. Like Ramakali, I'll give you just the outlines of that in Carnatic system. Sariga pada sanida pamagaresa. It's very close to Bauli, except for Madhyama, it is nothing but Bauli. There is another raga which is a very, very, very popular raga. But this has its own sobriety, its own divine aura about it. Ga padabama dabama ga 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 pama ga re re ga pa pa da dabama ga re ga pa pa da pa ma ma da pa da pa ma 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 ga 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 pa ma ga re re sa ni dha sa ri ga. There is no ma in the aroha, but avaroha, madhyama is very prominent and slides to rishabha. That's a very beautiful experience. In contrast to this, we have a vasanta, very bright. That daivata is so prominent. Da 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 ni ni da ma ga. And the approach to Gandhara itself is different. Ga, that was a very plain, flat ga in Ramakali. But in Vasanta, da da da, if you see the portrait, you can make out how vibrant it is, how lively. It is so jubilant, exuding grandeur and glamour. Da ni da 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 ni ni da ma 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 da ni ni da ma ga. Ga ma da ma da ni da ni ma da ma ma ni ni da 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 ni ni ma 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 ni ni da ma ga 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 ma da ma da ga ma ga re sa ma ga ma da ni sa ma ga ma ga ni sa ni da ni sa ma da ni ga ma da. So that Daivata Pradhanya, very beautiful Vasanta. Vasanta itself is that vernal season. It brings in all joy along with it. Then you have Indola. This Indola itself is a raga that oscillates. That's an undulating raga, very beautiful one. Again the same Shuddha Madhyama. Ma 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 da ma ga ga. ma ga ma sa ga sa ma ga da ma da ni da ma ga sa. When you see the swing, you feel like singing it. Singing should also be swinging. Da ma da ni da ma ga ma da ma da ni ga ma da ni da ma ga sa da. That is one. And Amrita Varshini. It is Amrita Varsha. It is like the shower of ambrosia from above. Again, a very vibrant and lively raga. Very beautiful raga. It takes a panchama. Till now I sang only with Shuddha Madhyama. Now it has a Pratimadhyama, that is a sharp Madhyama, and a Panchama, which is very, very prominent. Pa 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 ma ga ga. Pa ma ga sa ga. At the same time, it is sober. You cannot just say that it is always vibrant. Within that vibrancy, there is that sobriety. This is what is to be appreciated in every raga. Finally, the aim of music, our music, Indian music in particular, is to elevate ourselves from this plain, mundane, worldly existence. So that happens only when you feel happy within, and that joys come. And that joy comes in a variety of ways in different ragas. Pa pa ni pa ni sa ni ka sa ni pa ni ma pa ma ni ma ni ga ni pa ma pa ni ma pa ma ni ma pa ga. Pa ma ga ma ga sa ga sa ma ga sa ga sa pa sa ga sa pa. These flights of notes, they are the ones with whom, if you are able to move, looking at the portrait, I have all these ragas coming to me from the portraits. If I close my eyes, I feel the raga, the waves of raga surging in me and taking the shape of the portraits that I had been watching. So this is a kind of a wonderful experience I have undergone. It is very, very personal and a very honest and sincere expression of my joy that I felt composing the music for these singing portraits. And of course, those two Vidwans, Vidwan Omkarnath Havaldhar, who hails from a family of musicians. His father is a great musician. And then my own disciple, Vidwan Maruti, S.R. Maruti Prasad, both have been successful in translating my ideas. Sometimes it is so abstract, we may have to struggle to catch them and bring them out in the voice. All that has been very neatly done, and I am very happy and proud of those two Vidwans. And I have to congratulate and thank Dr. Uma Mysurkar, who is so thoughtful to feel the necessity of projecting and presenting our own culture through these portraits in the form of a virtual presentation. Thankful to you, madam. Thankful. And I have to thank Mr. H.N. Suresh, who is amazing in all his work, and for giving me an opportunity, thinking of me to be the right person to compose music for these excellent portraits. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. T.S. Satyavati, for sharing your experiences on composing this wonderful music for this magnificent series of paintings, the Singing Portraits Swara Ragachitra. And now to welcome the artist of the day, Sri H.N. Suresh, Director, Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan, Bangalore. His earlier painting series has been exhibited across major cities in India and also globally across London and New York. Sri H.N. Suresh is a recipient of several awards. And it's now time to welcome Sri H.N. Suresh to share his thoughts about the concept and his pictorial expressions.
Namaste to everyone who have made it possible to join this exhibition. And I am very thankful for Sri Mahavallabha Ganapati Devasthanam authorities, which is functioning under the Hindu Temple Society of North America, New York. And my pranams to all of them. And I remember that this is not the first time I am here. I had been last time when I was here with my Nakshatra Mandala series. Dr. Uma Mysurkar was kind enough to organize an exhibition here in the very same temple premises. And I recall at this moment, because it is very important, that I acknowledge the support that has been given to me consistently whenever I put up an exhibition here. Namaste once again. Now I am here to take you around my recent works titled The Singing Portraits, which has been given by my very esteemed and learned friend, I should say, Dr. T.S. Satyavati, a renowned musician, who has been a part of the show. And my work is only to do the painting, and her job was to compose music for the show. So now, without taking much time of yours, I'll quickly take round the artworks which has been presented in the show. There are about 7 swaras in this series. And as you all know what swara means, it is notes, sa, re, ga, ma, pa, da, ni. And also another picture which is a composite picture which brings out all the swaras in how it works with the chakras in the human body. And I have also taken about 8 ragas and its corresponding ragas, because after all, the swaras are the alphabets. When you join the alphabet, it becomes a word or a sentence, something like that. So that ragas also will provide you the necessary information. The unique part of the show, according to me, is we have made it a QR code incorporated in each work. So whether we are there physically or they are not to explain the works, the moment you take it to your mobile and download the QR code, you get both the commentary and the music part of it. So this is something which is being done for the first time as far as my knowledge goes. So now, ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure and privilege to take you around this exhibition. Come with me. Friends, this is the first of the Swara series, that's notes. As I already told you, the Sarigama Pada Nisa. This is the Swara, Sa is here. This is called Shadja Swara. And this painting is being created based on the text here is called Sri Tattva Nidhi of Sri Krishnaraja Odiar III. He is also called Mummadi Krishnaraja Odiar of Mysore. Now this is now based on the Kumbha Rashi. It's here. The Kumbha is here, and Aquarius is the pearl, and it's Rashi there. Aquarius, Kumbha, and the stone is pearls here, and Gandharva, and all this. This is more performance, powerful on Saturdays. The nakshatra is Shatabhisha. Shatabhisha means it is 100 stars makes one Shatabhisha. And here is the Meru mountain that's given, the river is Ganga, and Jambu Dvipa. All these descriptions are made available in the Sri Tattva Nidhi book. And of course, they also give the Sris, that's a ladies associated with particular Swara, with the Swara Devata here. And I have also given the slokas, Dhyana slokas connected with this each Swara. The Gana is Rakshasa, the bird is nightingale, and animal is horse like this. And there is also a note here made here so that the people can watch the details of the Swara. And here also the Chandas, I tried to make it here, and that would be very helpful for the people who know how to go about the Chandas part of it. So Lavana Samudra is also there here. And of course, as you say, there are some small fishes and all these animals are there around here. And this is the Devata is Agni connected with this. All these details contribute to making a Swara. When I go back to the last painting, you will see where it originates from a human body. And Rakshasanagana means it is not that if you don't handle that Swara properly, then it becomes a devil. That means it's one of the other Swaras which you have to handle it carefully. That's all the signals it gives about it. Now let's move to the other thing. This is Rishabha Swara. This is called Rishabha, and Dadi Samudra, and the Dvipa is Shaka, mountain is Mahalasa. That's how it has been. And here is a Libra, which has been the sign for the Rishabha. After all, what is the Libra, you can say? When I studied this, the painting on zodiac signs, the Libra doesn't mean that someone is holding a, the balance and that is your zodiac sign. No. The message is that both the daytime and the nighttime are equally divided. That's all the message from sky to earth that we get it. That's how we have to look into that zodiac sign. And here is the Chitta Nakshatra, and the Friday is there. And the Chandas is Gayatri Chandas here. And Devata is Brahma, and the Vriksha is the Karbuja, that is there. And Bilva, and the Kinnara Sriyas, all that ladies that is there. Again, it's a Rakshasagana. Very difficult to handle this Swara. If that doesn't work, then a lot of problems will come. Here is a Dhyana Sloka. And this is the tiger is the animal. And this is based on the Mysore school of paintings. And of course, you are all very familiar with the Ragaragini paintings of the north. And they are very unfortunate that we have not been able to put across more of South Indian music paintings. And here is an attempt. And I hope it will be well received. Now we move on to the other Swara. Now we move on to Gandhara Swara. Gandhara Swara is represented by the letter Ga. So this is the diamond in the shape, and this is Scorpio is the thing, and this Rashi is Makara, and of course Adidevata is Saraswati, and Saturday is the Swara will supposed to come wonderfully. It can be rendered. And here is a bunny tree, and the Brahmara Pakshi will be the sign of this particular thing, and Kadali Vriksha. These are the symbolic representation of all the qualities of this each animal or a star or the, for example, this Dhanishta, they say that this is made of 5 stars. 5 small stars make one Dhanishta. That's how the interpretation goes on. And this is the sum and substance of the inputs that has been put by our ancient the musicologists who have been able to understand and appreciate the Swara Gandhara. So I'll move on to the next painting. You would like to know why this Swara is called Madhyama Swara. Madhyama is the middle, that you know. And the Madhyama Swara means we have 3 Swaras in the first place, that's Sa, Ri, Ga, and this Ma is the Madhyama. So that's how it is called Madhyama Swara. And Adidevata is they have attributed to Parvati, and the Chandas is Brihati. But the chandas is the speed with which they render the swaras. And that also goes with the grammar part of it. And here also you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stars make one nakha, and this is Simbarashi is has been said, and this is the Adidevata they have called with a backdrop of Jambu Vriksha. This is the maximum I thought for the moment we could do to educate the music lovers and also the students in particular to understand each swara so that is their life. And we have the rest of the three swaras as we go further. Friends, now I'll take you to the Saptaswara Chakra. Here actually the Saptaswara Chakra, these chakras, what is Shajja, Rishabha, Gandhara, Madhyama, Panchama, Devata, Nisha, these chakras are not visible to the naked eye, but it is there in your body. These chakras are directly associated with these swaras. That is Sa, Ri, Ga, Ma, Pa, Da, Ni. Associated with specific chakras. Here, Mooladhara chakra for Sa, and Swadhisthana chakra for Ri, and Manipuri chakra for Ga. Madhyama, you have the Anahata chakra, and for Vishuddha, that we deal with the Panchama, and that's again represented the letter P and A, that is Pa. And for Daivata, this Agna chakra, again this is Da is mentioned, and all these colors are rainbow colors, and these colors identify the Ishwaras. This is the beauty of the Indian music and Indian art. Taking the exhibition forward into you, and here is the next one is the Abheri, the Raga, and its equivalent is the Bipalas. The important thing that we have to notice here is, though I have created 8 paintings here, there are 16 ragas are being discussed in this entire exhibition in detail. Of course, we can create many more, but I thought it's important to take few selected ragas and deal with it. There is an immense possibility for anyone to take this project forward. Maybe if they think that this tip is useful to them. My aim is to educate people along with entertainment. So here is the Abheri, and of course you see what the picture itself talks about, and here is the Bimpalas. And these musical notes, as I said earlier, has a QR code on all the timings, therapeutical value, the Swarasthanas, and the Arohana and Avarohana series. This is a common feature you can see in all the exhibition. There is a tree which I consider as a raga, because all ragas have the same root. It has gone to different directions. That's all is about to understand the Indian music in a simple way. And these wonderful 2 streams of music, over the generation, it has come to us, and it has come to stay, and it's going to make our life better and better forever. Friends, who doesn't need a peace in this world? Everyone needs. So if someone needs a peace, there are 2 ragas which has been specifically this Lalit, and in every painting we have also given what this raga represents. And one more thing, possibly you might have observed in all these swaras and raga paintings, we have tried to use some of this metallic drapes so that to give 3D effect to each of these paintings. So instead of fading with the monotony, and here also you can feel the textures. The textures are not just commonly displayed. It is also has an effect because I have used the sand in between to create a different trees with a different atmosphere. And of course, I have to tell you that I have also been helped by the Insha, who has been the wonderful teacher in our Kalabharati for creating all these works when I do this. And my thanks also goes to her. And This early morning ragas, both are this called early morning ragas, and this represents the tranquility and peace. You would like to know, this is what the size of this painting. That is. This is 5.6 and this is 3.6 feet. Each of this painting, that is the size part of it. So you will know the volume when I say the size, how exactly it is being done. And also the Shivapantavarali and the Miyaki Tori. Miyaki Tori, if you have cold and headache, it will help you very much. Try if you wish to do so. And whereas the mental dilemmas, if someone has, this Shivapantavarali helps according to music therapy. And again, you can see the wonderful musicians. So someone is playing a flute, someone is playing another musical instrument, something like a veena, and so on. And here you can see the lot of animals jumping with the joy. You can see lot of deers are around here, and this is the beauty of Shivapantavarali. Friends, now I present to you the Rag Kedar and also the Tilang. The Kedar normally represents the knowledge and the enlightenment, whereas the Rag Tilang represent the devotion and contemplation. These are the two important paintings as well as the knowledge-based paintings are concerned. Here it is self-characteristic. You can see Dakshinamurti is here, and a whole lot of there's so much of rejoice and joy all over, and the devotees are praying for the Lord Dakshinamurti. And here is a guru who is giving all the blessings and things. Normally, this saga is sung in the late night or the late evening, which gives enough effect on the listeners. And here again, we follow the same tradition. There is the Shantarasa is the one which ultimately comes. And once again, thank a lot of friends who have been helped, particularly my good friend Sri G. Padmanabhan, who has been able to organize this show. He is a PRO of the temple. And on all my friends' behalf and my colleagues also have helped me from Bangalore Bharati Vidya Bhavan to put up the show. I am very grateful to all of you for having made this evening a successful. Namaste.
Thank you, Sri H.N. Suresh, to share his thoughts about the concept and his pictorial expressions. We now present to you a 35-minute documentary on the singing portraits Swara Raga Chitra.
Of the many art forms known to us, music is one that flows seamlessly, surpassing man-made boundaries. In India, music comes with a sacrosanct association with Samaveda, and the knowledge of these melodies has been dispersed from one generation to another in the form of Carnatic and Hindustani music. The 7 notes of the Indian classical scale are taught as swaras, which make up several ragas and compositions. But have we gone beyond the sonorous features of these notes? Did you know that these swaras have attributes that nobody had ever thought of?
Swato Ranjayatiti Swaraha. That which can please on its own is a swara. unlike Shrutis or the microtones that can only be heard or felt as they have an abstract movement between notes. Swara has a firm position that can be held. Shadja, Rishabha, Gandhara, Madhyama, Panchama, Dhaivata and Nishada, the 7 notes claiming antiquity along with the Samaveda, are represented by the syllables Sa, Ri, Ga, Ma, Pa, Dha, Ni in Indian music. Notes are universal. Names may vary. They are the backbone of all music. The entire gamut of ragas, with all their nuances and subtle flourishes, subsists solely on the strength of the Sapta Swaras.
A beautiful blend of space and time exists in the form of music, which led to Swara Raga Chitra creations. Sri Tattvanidhi, attributed to His Royal Highness Maharaja of Mysore Krishnaraja Warrior III, throws light on the fact that every swara has a connection with cosmology and nature.
My revered ancestor, Sri Mummadi Krishnaraj Warrior, Maharaja of Mysore, was a avid musicologist amongst many other things, and in many senses the culture, Samskriti and entire heritage of the Deccan was preserved in his work, the magnum opus that was the Sri Tattvanidhi. A section of it concerns our Carnatic classical music, and today Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan, with the assistance of many others, has created a small exhibition highlighting the many ragas, the information pertaining to those, and then also the notes within the Sangeeta and the science behind it and its application. Furthermore, all information related to it has been highlighted, which has been brought out via the Sri Tattvanidhi. It is truly a much needed work, and it's brought out at the right time, and hopefully it will be an aid to musicologists, musicians, and all those within the sphere of Carnatic classical to better understand our music and where it came from and the science behind it and the depth of knowledge that goes into our music, beyond just the fact that it is music, rather that it is more a science. And it is truly endearing to see Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan do such work, and we hope to be associated in any which way that they ask for us to be in, and we wish the whole event a very grand success.
In music, a composition's rendition is measured by tala, which is a time aspect, whereas the distance that we travel, thanks to the alapana or melody, is space. In his paintings, Shri H.N. Suresh has layered the 7 swaras in a heptagonal shape, connected to the 6 chakras, which culminate in the Saptama chakra. Let us hear what Shatavadhani Dr. R. Ganesh has to say about it.
In our tradition, sound and sight, they are very well amalgamated. Shravas and Chakshus, these two are very well integrated, because in any comprehension, in any perception, these two sense organs play a very, very important role. They play a very important role as such because they are distance perceptive, and at the same time, they deal with our emotions in a subtler and more aesthetically appealing manner. And here in our raga features, both the swara patterns and even the raga patterns, we have a lot to operate from the perspective of sight. However, we have the end product, very beautiful and enchanting forms in the way of paintings, ragamala, swaramala paintings. Both in the Hindustani and in the Carnatic musical formats, we have very many ragamala paintings.
Establishing the connect between swaras and nature, the Swara Raga paintings show us that every swara has a Rashi, an Adidevata, a Vahana, Gana, and a Nakshatra amongst other elements.
The Swaravriksha, Swarasasya, Swaravallari, and then Swarapakshi, Swaraprani, like that, all are connected together. Why in the Amarakosha itself, Shadjam Mayuro, Vadati, Gava, Rishabhavashanaha, Ajavikantu Gandharam, Krauncha, Kunati Madhimam, like that, we have all the birds and animals which represent these swaras.
Let us start with the defining note of the musical scale Sa. Ruled by the Agni Devata, Shadja's Rashi is Kumbha. It belongs to the Rakshasa Gana, is associated with Hamsa Vahana, and earth is its element.
Shat sthaneshu jayate iti. Shadja is the primeval, primordial, primary sound represented by Sa, which is born in 6 positions, assuming the nature of the other 6 notes, Riga, Mapa, Dha and Ni. That is because, as a monotone, it may be conceived as any note, and all other notes exist just in relation to this basic note, which is equivalent to the pranava or onkara.
Rishabha's Devata is Brahma. Belonging to the Rakshasa Gana, the Swara's Rashi is Tula and is associated with the color indigo, and water is one of the 5 basic elements of nature.
The 2 variants of Rishabha, lower and higher, are known as Shuddha Rishabha and Chatushruti Rishabha in the Carnatic system, while the Hindustani system recognizes them as Komal and Shuddha Rishabhas. Both maintain their unique relation with the Adhara Shadja. Komal Rishabh is a serene note resting close to Shadja, with the power to lift the mood to one in contemplation.
Ga. Gandhara is linked to the Dravida Parvata. This Swara belonging to Makara Rashi has Bherunda for its Vahana, and goddess Saraswati is its Adidevate.
The note Gandhara, named after the country of Gandhara, plays a significant role in the blooming progression of a raga. Of the 2 positions that the Gandhara takes, the lower is known as Sadharana Gandhara in the South Indian system and Komal Gandhara in the northern.
Goddess Parvati is the angel for Ma, also known as Madhyama. This Simha Rashi Swara's element is air or Vayu, and it belongs to Makha Nakshatra.
Madhyama, aptly called so, is the middle note in an octave of 7 notes, Sarigama Padani, equally belonging to triad of notes before and after Sariga and Padani.
Dadima Vriksha is associated with the Uttara Nakshatra Swara Pa or Panchama. Sky being its element and Kanya being its Rashi, Panchama's Adidevate is Vishnu.
Panchama is the 5th note in the 7-note octave. Staying exactly midway between the Adhara and Tara Shadjas in terms of frequency, its consonant affinity for Shadja is acclaimed as the cycle of 5th, Shadja Panchama Bhava. Like Shadja, it is a natural note, firmly fixed in its position with no alternative.
Manasa Parvata and Draksha Vriksha are associated with the or the Swara Daivata. Its Adidevata is Surya and it belongs to Purvashada Nakshatra.
The 6th note Daivata is twin-faced in its Komal and Shuddha or Shuddha and Chatushruti forms. Sounds sonorous when held straight in its own position, and mellifluous with its leanings towards its closest natural note Panchama.
The 7th note Ni or Nishada's Adidevata is Ganesha. This Vrishchika Rashi Swara's nakshatra is Anuradha and has Gorvanka for its Vahana.
Nishada, the ultimate note in the Swara Saptaka, the culminating point. With this note elaborated in combination with other notes, a raga sees its consummation and is all set to rest in the Tarashadja. While Raga Haimavati fondles the lower Nishada Ni 1, also known as Kaishiki, the Hindustani Rag Bhairav felicitates the higher note Ni 2 or Shuddha Nishad.
A careful look at these paintings will help you observe the other attributes of each swara, such as the island or dvipa, tree, day of the week, chandasu, river, bird, and chakras.
Sri H.N. Suresh is a Dashavatari or Shatavatari because I have known him in various facets of his activities. So when I met him and introduced himself in London first, then later in Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan, Bangalore, he was so simple, not only in external wares, but also in his talk, in his expressions, in his movements, in his context. Was so simple and so humble. I just recently came to know about his strength to draw arts paintings, and in this painting it was not a just painting of the general word of painting. It was an expression by itself. He is a very rare personality and is a rare way of expression of paintings in the whole world. Now I should say that each one painting has expressed itself, whatever he wants to convey through that. So it is not only one aspect, like in music, it is the deep-rooted knowledge of music, and each raga, suppose we take each raga, it is Hindustani, it is Karnataki, it is South, North, West, East, everything is included in that. So I would only say that this is a very rare way of expressing himself as well as the India's richest knowledge. So this is the real expression of India and its rich heritage and culture, knowledge. So I would say that this knowledge should go reach the world outside. This collection of his arts is nothing but an expression of knowledge, and this type of communication through the art is very difficult. I would say impossible. And finally I would say it is amazing, totally amazing.
16 ragas were chosen for this feat by Sri H.N. Suresh. Each raga painting has a tree. Personified on one side of the tree is the Carnatic form of a raga, and on the other side, its Hindustani counterpart. Audio of both the versions of the raga has been attached to the paintings, where patrons of art can hear artists of Carnatic and Hindustani render alap of every raga, which finally culminates into a melodic crescendo. You can't see the wind, but you can feel it. The same was true about ragas as well, but the genius of H.N. Suresh has brought an embodiment of melodic structures on a canvas.
It gives me a great pleasure to see these beautiful paintings because I know Suresh is a great artist. I have seen his nakshatra, graha, etc. But this is the first time I saw that every rag has a kundali or horoscope with Adhidevata, birds, nature, and the bhava and the emotions, both in Hindustani as well as in Carnatic music. This is something I have never seen before. This is an extraordinary effort to show a raga like a human being, and both in a northern style and a southern style. And when you see that the purpose of the raga also, you can feel it. The correct word in Hindi is mehsoos. you understand that, and that is what I saw in Suresh's new adventure of these paintings. Because before this, I have seen Nakshatra Malika, Graha Malika. They are different. This is much more different than that, and it's a great revival of Mummadi Krishnaraja Wadayar of Mysore Sansthan, and his book he talks about it. But Suresh has brought it to the extra edition plus much more life and lives of those ragas to real life.
Ramkali, a raga that takes 5 notes in the ascending scale and 7 in the descending. Ramkali is a morning raga, and in the painting, it portrays a lady love pampered by her man.
Muthuswami Dikshita's composition, Rama Rama Kali Kalusha Virama, is a grand reference to this raga. Derived from the 15th Mela Maya Malava Gaula, Rag Ramkali. This is a very beautiful and popular rag of Bhairav Thaat. This rag is sung with Bhairav Ang, which brings out the freshness and the tenderness of the morning. The jati of this rag is Shadava Sampurna. The swaras used are Komalri, Tivraga, Shuddhama and Tivrama, Komaldha and Tivrani.
I'm very happy to be here this evening. I'm happy to know that he has created 8 Raga Malikas and 7 Swara Chitras. The name itself, that 8 ragas depicted in the form of visual format, and you can understand the importance or variations of each raga and each swara. And he's also given some astrological background also in the pictures. Those who are keen on knowing about that, these pictures are quite helpful. And I'm happy that he is carrying forward our heritage in modern format so that the younger generation could understand this. And I wish him well, and I wish him all the best.
Vasanta, an ancient raga. Vasanta means spring, a harbinger of hope and light. And unfurled on the canvas is the season's magical hues of an evergreen forest and a delightful bond between Lord Krishna and his Gopikas. Its Hindustani counterpart, Lalat, brims with introspection, and this delightful morning raga has been depicted with a celebration in the painting.
This raga is vibrant and brings the mind close to nature. The fresh fragrance in the forest, the magnificent mountains with beautiful green valleys, the chirping of birds and grazing animals evoke the raga Vasanta. The swaras taken by this raga are Shuddha Rishabha, Antara Gandhara, Shuddha Madhyama, Chatushruti Dhaivata and Kakali Nishada. The raga comprises characteristic phrases. An auspicious evening raga with Gandhara, Madhyama, Dhaivata and also Nishada as important swaras. This raga is used to express playfulness and enjoyment. Rag Lalat. Lalat is a very beautiful and popular rag. A serene, introspective melody, Rag Lalat, belonging to Marwa thought, is a Shadav Jati, sung in the morning. Swaras used are Komalri, Tivraga, both Shuddh and Tivrama, Tivradha and Tivrani.
Kedara. Believed to be associated with Lord Shiva, the Adi Guru Dakshinamurti, Kedara represents dispersing of knowledge and education as portrayed in the painting. Its Hindustani counterpart is Rag Tilang, a cheerful tune which depicts a great bond between the Lord and his devotees. Shubhapantuvarali, a raga used during festivities in northern India. Shubhapantuvarali evokes devotion, taking the listener to a meditative mood.
This raga is believed to attract birds and animals. It is an ancient raga with great scope for elaboration. With the swinging movement between Madhyama, Gandhara and Rishabha, the raga elevates one to a meditative mood.
Complementing this raga in Hindustani is Miya Ki Todi. As depicted in the painting, unfolds a devotion unparalleled towards the Creator.
This rag conveys the pathos and bhakti. The use of Pancham in Avaroha gives a sense of solace and peace, depicting the vibrance of the element of bhakti.
Hindola, a soothing raga, popular amongst musicians and music lovers. Hindola and its Hindustani equivalent Malkauns evokes both bhakti and Sringara. In the painting, lovers are seated on a swing, a metaphoric representation of the undulating notes of the raga, and are lost in each other's eyes.
This raga, with its undulating movements, portrays in rich colors a romantic setup where the lovers are seated on a swing, lost in each other, enjoying the music and services offered by the maids. Malkauns is a very old popular rag practiced from many centuries, having a very special place in the hearts of music lovers.
Amrutavarshini, the joy of dark rain clouds and the smell of the earth, bringing hope to dry parched lands. Amrutavarshini is a raga that worships the pitter-patter of raindrops. In the painting, one can notice the excitement of the peacocks in celebration to welcome the promising showers of the monsoon.
Mala Shri belongs to Kalyan Thaat. It is an Audav Jati Rag. This rag is not popular in Hindustani music despite being a very beautiful one. Swaras used are Shuddha Ga, Tivrama, Pancham and Shuddhani. The rag is laden with intricate phrases revealing only to hard practice and pursuit. A captivating popular raga Abheri is derived from 22nd Mela Karahara Priya. Taking 5 notes in the ascending scale and 7 notes in the descending scale, this raga is classified as Audava Sampurna.
Its Hindustani peer Bhim Palasi depicts an amorous atmosphere.
This lovely melody brings out the essence of the colors of intimate romance. Belonging to Kafi Thaat, the jati is Audav Sampurna. This is sung in the afternoon. Swaras used are Tivrari, Komal Ga, Shuddhama, Tivradha and Komal Ni.
Lalita, passionate moments between a lady and her lover have been brought to life on the canvas, which spills forth the beauty of Raga Lalita. Lalat, its Hindustani counterpart, brings forth compositions in obeisance to the Supreme and Finite. Shri H.N. Suresh has not just created works of art, but he has given us a rare opportunity to embrace the fact that every element in the universe is interconnected and every entity is linked with another to form a universal bond which cannot be broken. May his ilk grow.
Namaste, viewers. I deem it a great honor and privilege to have been asked to extend a vote of thanks on this occasion. First and foremost, I thank the Almighty God Sri Mahavallabha Ganapati for making this occasion a success, with whose grace we were able to present this program by virtual means in spite of this pandemic. I thank Dr. Uma Mysore, President of the Hindu Temple Society of North America, New York, for guiding and inaugurating this Swararaga Chitra, the singing portrait. On behalf of the Hindu Temple Society of North America, Flushing, New York, our heartfelt thanks to Sri H.N. Suresh, Director, Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan, Bengaluru, who is the brain behind the entire concept of this today's program. The kind of research that he had put in and brought it out in an art form is tremendous. Programs like this are breathtaking and occasional, especially here in the US. We owe our special gratitude to the team, including the renowned musician Vidushi Dr. Srimati T.S. Satyavati, who scripted and composed the music. Dr. Deepthi Navratna, Regional Director, Indira Gandhi National Center for Arts, an autonomous institute under Ministry of Culture, Government of India. Ms. Sapna Padmanabhan for beautifully presenting and moderating the whole program. And Mr. Vinod Narayanan, an IT volunteer of our temple, in making this event live stream. And all the good hearts who worked for this project behind the scene. We are grateful to our PRO, Sri Ganapati Padmanabhan, who had liaisoned with Mr. H.N. Suresh at the Bharati Vidya Bhavan, Bangalore, coordinated with him, worked behind the scenes to ensure the program was a success. I also thank all the viewers for their full support and encouragement. Finally, I leave you with this inspiring quote from Niti Shastra. Sabha kalpatarum bandhe veda shakopajivitam shastra pushpa samayuktam vidvad brahmara shobhitam. I'll also briefly tell you the meaning of this sloka. I admire this assembly of scholars as a kalpa vriksha, the trees in the heaven that grants all desires, in which Vedas are seen as its branches, Shastras as its flowers, and all the scholars seen here were like producing many frequencies of vibration like that of a honey bee surrounding these flowers, that is Shastra. Once again, thank you all. Namaste and Shubhamastu. Namo Namaha.
I'm Sapna Padmanabhan, and it's been a pleasure to be your host today. Namaste and have a great day.